LVMPD birthday party ends with 5 people shot in East Las Vegas. This was originally published for KTNVN.com on September 18th, 2022. Las Vegas, KTNV. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department said that 5 people were shot at a birthday party in East Las Vegas. Once again, here's a typo because this story will go unreported or underreported because it's not sensational enough, not enough people died, and of course gun violence is regular in America, and of course this would happen at a birthday party because every time Americans get together and have any sort of function where we're supposed to celebrate life, celebrate family, celebrate happiness, there has to be some level of violence or threat of violence to our lives because this is normal, right? Any other country, you can have a birthday party at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., party all night. Worst thing that's going to happen, somebody's going to call the neighbors and say the music is too loud, or maybe some people will get into a fist fight. I'm not saying every other country in the world is perfect. There are murders, there are homicides, there are accidental deaths that happen in other places, intentionally and unintentionally. Yes, murder will not go extinct or will still exist in a society that has actual gun control. But it does not need to happen at the level and rampant pace that it does in the United States. Gun violence is plaguing our society. It's making it impossible for us to have any sort of meaningful, full life where we can pursue happiness and pursue our goals because at any moment, bam, your kid's killed in a school, bam, you're killed at a birthday party in Las Vegas. Any other things can happen. All right, the shooting happened at the 4800 block of Holt Avenue at 1 a.m. on Sunday. Some people will say, well, Holt Avenue is in a bad neighborhood or Holt Avenue is in a good neighborhood. I can't believe something happened here. It doesn't matter whether it's a good neighborhood, bad neighborhood, middle class, upper class, working class. All people deserve to live in a society, in a community where you can live your life fully and free of gun violence, period. Why is this hard to understand? How come in third world nations they have bad neighborhoods, but their neighborhoods are not plagued with gun violence? If we heard about the level of gun violence in a place like Nigeria or in Costa Rica or in Honduras, we would say those countries are not safe. Those countries are not free. Those countries are plagued by a systemic problem. Why can't these uncivilized savages get their lives together? Meanwhile, in America, we have a problem that the rest of the world looks at us and says, what's their problem? Why are these people so savage? Why do they allow so much violence to happen in their streets? And people literally get hurt every day or die from gun violence. Police said a subject got into a verbal altercation with another subject. The suspect drew a firearm and struck 5 people in total. 3 victims are in critical condition but stable according to police. Once again, every time there's a mass shooting, one that the mainstream media has to cover because of the carnage being so outrageously high, people always want to talk about mental illness, mental health, and that sort of thing. And yes, there is a mental health crisis in America, but there's also a general health care crisis in America. Most Americans do not have access to free and affordable health care. That's a problem. So we can't talk about mental health being the cause of most of these mass shootings happening because most Americans do not have access to actually getting that. How about all the people who are right-wing or people who are pro-Second Amendment? Why don't you advocate for universal health care so we can actually treat all people to actually get the mass shooters before they actually do it? But either way, even if you treated every single mentally ill person in America, there would still be mass shootings. Why? It's very simple. The majority of mass shootings that happen in the United States are not done by crazy people who run into churches or crazy people who run into supermarkets or crazy people who run into elementary schools and kill kids. The majority of mass shootings in America are done by people like this who are in crimes of passion, who do something in the heat of the moment, whether this verbal altercation was over something very serious or very trivial, or whether they were drunk or high or on drugs, whatever. The majority of mass shootings that happen in America happen from people who are of sound body and mind, who make a very stupid decision in the heat of the moment. Even if we had mandatory therapy for every person in the United States, there would still be a mass shooting almost every single day because we allow too many guns to permeate. And some people will say this person was a criminal, he got his gun illegally, so even if you make all the guns illegal, there would still be homicides. You know what? You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Even if my wish came true and we abolished the Second Amendment tomorrow, there would still be gun violence. There would still be homicides because I'm not a blind idealist. Of course, there would be people who would resist the new policy, or people who would refuse to give up their guns. But in other countries, they have criminals. They have people that want to hurt other people, but they cannot do it at the level and capacity that they can in the United States because guns do not proliferate their society. They do not allow illegal gun sales to happen at such an open pace and allow those legal guns to then flood into the black market. It's very simple. If there is an illegal gun problem in your country, that means that there is a legal gun purchasing epidemic happening in your country. Too many people are purchasing guns legally, which then leak into the black market. Period. Okay? So, we need to make sure that we get rid of as many guns as possible in our society to make sure that our children and our old people and us in general can be safe, right, at birthday parties. I'm sorry that this is such a radical idea for Americans. The suspect was taken by police into custody at the scene. There is no outstanding suspects or current threat to the public. So, of course, America cannot be like Germany, cannot be like France, cannot be like Spain, can't be like Portugal, can't be like the United Kingdom with much, much lower levels of gun violence. We have to have 570 mass shootings per year, and a mass shooting is when 4 or more people are shot at one time, including the shooter. We need that because why? The Second Amendment makes us safe. It makes us greater. It makes our country free and secure for all of us, even though more and more people are dying every single day. More and more people are getting hurt every single day due to gun violence. The culture needs to be changed. Stop being a bitch to the Second Amendment advocates, to the gun manufacturers and lobbyists who push this propaganda to our people that we need these guns to make us safe. It's not true. My name is Simon Hill. Thank you for watching. Peace.